So we're going to look at some mini roundabouts today, so let's get some driving done. Mini roundabouts then. So if you're not too sure, you give way to your right and you give way to cars who are approaching you, who are turning right on the roundabout. So let's get some driving done. You can see my feet down there, see what they're up to. I'm in first gear, got the gas, got the biting point. I'm on a hill, bit more biting point, bit more gas. And that way you don't roll backwards. If you're not too sure, video at the top on hill starts. So we'll start off with some easy stuff first, which is going to be left turns on mini roundabouts, right turns and aheads, and they're not tricky. You just got to approach them at a safe speed, and if you're going to do a right turn or a left turn, let everyone know your intentions. Show the signal nice and early for them so there's no confusion. It's not worse than a late signaller on a roundabout, because everyone has to brake out for them, otherwise an accident. So ahead of us we've got a bend to the left, and there's on the left exit a red triangle warning us a roundabout coming up. And in the distance, blue sign, that's how you can identify it, mini roundabout sign. We're going to go right and then followed by ahead. So it's centre mirror, right, signalling, down to second gear, lift the clutch slowly, check to the right, it's clear, and I'm going to go round the roundabout. But as I turn, my tyres are going to touch my right tyres. We're going to go ahead at this mini one. So there's the blue sign, there's the white paint identifying the mini roundabout. As I go round it, my tyres on the right are just going to skim my island a little bit, not a lot. So you can just feel the tyres just touch it. If you go over it, dangerous, it's wrong. If you're taking your test, you go over it, you'll fail your test for it. I'm going to go right at the roundabout. We're looking ahead, checking our mirrors. It's clear. Drop into a lower gear. Going to go right, centre mirror right, signalling. Remember, if it's big enough to go round it. If it's not, then you've got to be careful, haven't you? So I'm going round this one, but my back tyre is just skimming that paint. Front tyre went round it. So a couple of these right turns on mini roundabouts can be tricky. They really can. And you've got to give them the respect that they've got. You know, you'll see cars shoot over them, thinking that it's okay, and they know it's wrong because they've been taught the right way in the first place. A little bit of laziness creeping in, I think. Sloppiness of their driving, but you don't want to get to that standard. You want to keep your standard up, because if there's an accident, it'll come back to bite you if you cross over the roundabout. Lots more cars these days are having dash cams at the front and back of the car, so they're going to have video evidence of you crossing the roundabout in the wrong side. So you go round it. That's where it says go round to the left, go round it in the UK. So there's a roundabout ahead of us, warning sign, and the distance is probably going to be a blue sign. We're going to do a right turn again. Can't see on the right this time, it's dangerous. Check our mirrors, signalling. If you can't see, slow down to give way. That's what the give way sign's for, give way to your right. The car ahead of us, some entering, that black car's waiting. Nice big turns of the wheel to get yourself round, and then on the gas. It's not a race. I was in second gear then going round there. If there's a car on the right, I'll be giving way to him. So I slowed right down, just about made it in second, borderline whether to go first. So this time we've got two mini roundabouts, a little combination. We're going to go right and ahead on them. Right at the first and go ahead at the second. So there's your warning sign, a bit wonky. There's your roundabout sign, the nice big blue one. Gonna go check our centre mirror right, signalling, nice and early with the signal, remember. There's your right lane there. Check to your right. Now it's quite a big roundabout, so there's no reason to touch the island. You can go around it quite safely. There's the arrows on the ground, right lane goes ahead. Now it's obvious right lane goes ahead here because there's no right turn on it. And go round the island. I only skim the island if it's a narrow road and it's difficult to get round, because last thing you want to do is go round the island and hit the curb. So we're going to go ahead at the next few mini roundabouts, and you can see the red warning sign on the left, the red triangle tells us there's a roundabout coming up, and you can see there's two blue roundabout signs, one you can clearly see, one in the distance, painted on the ground, white paint, white circle. So slowing down for second gear, checking to the right, it's clear because you can see about 2-3 car lengths quite clearly, nice and straight. So this one's on my side of the road, this roundabout's island, so I'm going to go around it more because there's no reason to skim it. It's quite a big road, and that's what you've got to say to yourself. I'm only saying skim it if it's a narrow road or if you're going right, so it can get around it safely. And it's just kind of skimming it and going over it the wrong way. There's a big difference, and you'll see them in front of you. They won't bother going around it, they'll go straight across it, and you know it's wrong, and they know it's wrong, and you've got to say, I don't want to drop that standard back to third gear, I want to keep my standard high. And that's what you've got to keep saying to yourself. When I'm learning to drive, I get to that standard with my instructor or my family member who's teaching me, and stay there. Don't let it drop your standards of driving. After you pass your test, keep your standard up, and that way, if you're ever involved in an accident, because unfortunately accidents do happen, then you know you've done the right thing, and the other car will have done the wrong thing possibly. So we're slowing down for a low gear for a speed bump, and we've got 2 roundabouts coming up. We're going to go ahead at the first one. I'll just give way to zebra crossing, slowing down for the later. So yeah, just beyond this speed bump, there's 2 mini roundabouts, and we're going to go ahead at the first and left at the second. So they're not particularly hard mini roundabouts. You've got to approach them at a safe speed, and 9 times out of 10 I'll approach them in second gear, and you'll always give way to your right. So you're checking to your right again, looks fairly clear, and going left at the next. Centre mirror, left mirror, signalling. There's nothing coming towards me who's indicating right to come across me. If there was, I'll be possibly giving way to them if they're close enough. If they're far away, they're not going to affect me, I'm not going to affect them. If you've enjoyed the video, fantastic. Watch out for my next video next week.